this apartment I've lived like since June this year, so a few months, nearly half a year.
And before that, did you live anywhere else in Delft? Or
Yeah, I lived in Delft.
For your whole life?
No, I was born in a small place called Maasdijk. It's a small village. And after 1.5 years I moved to De Lier. It's another small village. It's 10 kilometers from Delft. And well, when I was 18 I moved to Delft. So.
And how do you how do you define home exactly? Is this your home? Was your home where you were born? Or?
No, definitely not where I was born, because it's a stupid village where everyone's short-sighted and stuff, and everyone knows each other, and I don't like that. I like a bit of anonymity, or I don't know how to say that word.
So you said you you hated living in the village you were born because everyone knew each other.
Yeah, that's just an example of how people are there. Everyone knows each other. When you're just a bit different, people bully you.
So you prefer to be alone?
No, I like having people around. They should be very kind and creative people, and not short-sighted, only drinking, swearing people. I mean, it's okay that they found a place to live all together, and I don't want to be prejudiced about people, but I mean, yeah, I don't know, they're not my kind of people. I think it's okay to say that, because I'm not their kind of person, so...
For sure, but they shut the door, but they shut the door, but they shut the door, the door, the door, the door, I was there in the square, you know I care, but I was scared of them.
when you write poetry? Do you do it in here or do you do it outside?
I've settled here enough to write in this place, in this apartment, and I wrote a few poems this afternoon.
And what kind of poems do you write? What's the inspiration? Where do you get it from? Is it just the average everyday stuff, or?
It's everyday stuff. It's making up little stories. It's I don't know. It's love. It's people. It's life. It's loneliness. It's even death sometimes. You know. It could be anything, but they should be small little stories.
Thuis. Hier is het een fijn alleen zijn. Eentje waarbij je de verwarming aandoet voor het getik tegen de stilte. Eentje waarbij je hem belt en daarna haar. En nog een hem, een haar. En dat het niet echt helpt. Maar dat dat niet deert. De schuif van het volume zo'n zet geven dat je jezelf bijna niet meer kunt horen denken. En wel veel blijven piekeren tegen een leeg hoofd. Of een leeg hoofd willen zijn tegen het denken. Hier is verveling mijn beste vriendin. Ik kan op haar rekenen en bouwen. Ze komt elke dag zo rond het middaguur en blijft tot en met de koffie na het avondeten. Hier was jij eens voor het eerst en ooit voor het laatst. En ben ik samen met de zon die ondergaat, de stemmen op mijn platen, hier ben ik het mooist alleen.
I try to forget about my youth and all the stuff people said to me, and when they swore at me, and when they, I don't know, they even kicked me sometimes. And I mean, just because I was a bit different, because I'm visually impaired, and
So does art help you forget these kind of things, or is it
art helps me to create a world that is not this world, but
it's kind of an escape?
it's an escape.
Somewhere.
It's an escape into a world that is wonderful, I think. I had 2 friends or something, and I didn't move a lot, but I changed school a lot because of my visual impairment. I also went to Rotterdam to another school, for special school for visual impaired people and blind people, and I didn't have many friends there, and it only made me way more different than the rest of the people in my village. So
did you have like one special friend maybe?
I had just 2 friends who I still see sometimes. One of them has become a very good friend now, but he wasn't a very good friend then. He was just a friend, and our parents knew each other, so we we got to play with each other because my parents met for dinner or stuff like that.
Could you tell us something about your visual impairment you talked about earlier?
Yeah.
How did it affect your life? I mean, of course, it had a huge impact, but how did it maybe affect your creativity process?
Well, actually, this is a funny story. It made me a writer because I got a typing course at a very young age when I was 8. And so I sat down behind the computer and I was bored and I started making up stories, which I already did very often to my friends and with my friends. But yeah, when I was a kid. But then I could write them down, and I even knew how to do that when I was 9 or 10. So I started making up little stories. Then my father read them. He liked them. He liked them very much, especially for a 10-year-old child, I think. And then I repeated that, and I started writing very, very much and very often. And so it made me a writer. So I'm thankful to my visual impairment in that way, and I'm thankful to my visual impairment in many ways, because it made me a strong person. And of course I hate being visual impaired as well, because it's not easy, and things get hard sometimes, but yeah, it's the best way to just accept it and be thankful for it.
What is the thing you fear the most?
That's a difficult question. I think it's loneliness. It's what happens to people when they get older. It's what happens to people that aren't socially developed very well, and I really need friends and I really need family around me and people to help me get away and get further. And
does it help you to stay at home?
I'm sorry, I have to get this. Hey, hoe ben je? Het is wel. Ik heb dus een interview gaande. Dus. Ja, kom maar gewoon. Kom maar. Ik ben nog heel veel bezig, maar als je daar wil gaan zitten in de andere kamer.
Duurt het lang of?
Nee, denk ik niet. Nog een paar minuutjes. Sorry, where were we?
Is he one of the friends you were telling us about before?
Yes, he is, yeah.
Yeah, does he live here in the neighborhood? Is he from Delft?
He lives in Delft now, but he's from a village near the place I was born in. And he's also an artist, so.
So is art the thing that connects you to?
Yes, it does, and something else, an experience we had together, or.
Yeah, what kind of experience? Could you tell us a little bit more about this?
I'm sorry, is this enough for the interview? Could we?
Yeah, so then I guess I should thank you.
Okay,
for the
thank you
interview.
very much. Yeah, you're welcome.
And your way.
Okay. Ja, zie.